A little bit restless. Starter says go from the 1600 meter marker. Klondike River with the blinkers on. The yellow blinkers is off to lead them. Phoebus is on the outside, the white noseband, and J-Boy is back at the rail. On the outside, Fantasy Art, Nottingham Forest, Zap the Stars. They are followed further back by Diesel Engine, who starts to pass runners. And at the rail is Queen's Advance, Yellow Sleeves and Cap. Then comes Rebel's Ransom. That's about 6 or 7 lengths off the leader. The last two are Henchman and Priceless Gem. 1,000 meters to go. Klondike River is the leader. Diesel Engine is second. Phoebus races a little bit awkwardly, head up in the air, and J-Boy is at the rail. They are followed by Zap the Stars in the yellow near the rail. Fantasy Art is on the outside. Nottingham Forest and Queen's Advance about 8 lengths off the leader. Then comes Rebel's Ransom. The last two Henchmen and Priceless Gem about 8 or 9 lengths off the lead. Klondike River brings them into the stretch. Diesel Engine is second. J-Boy back third. Phoebus on the outside, the blue cap. Then Zap the Stars in the yellow. Further back, Fantasy Art. It's Klondike River at the 300 meter marker. J-Boy comes out for a run, then Phoebus down the inside, Fantasy Art. Klondike River still leads. It's Klondike River the leader, Phoebus. J-Boy is starting to close it down. Klondike River still holding on though. Fantasy Art on the inside. Klondike River's looking for the line. Fantasy Art's on the inside, but Klondike River won it. Second, Fantasy Art. Third, J-Boy. And fourth, Rebel's Ransom. Number 10, Klondike River is victorious, the son of Windrush, and wins it. Keegan Amello, another one for Brian Weed, and they end up winning it by a length. Inside the last 100, I thought he was looking for the line, but he ends up finding more, wins it by about a length. Number 10, Klondike River, the Windrush. Second, Fantasy Art, J-Boy runs into third. Fourth position, that will go to Rebel's Ransom, then Phoebus. Further back is Henchman, Zap the Stars. Then Queen's Advance. They were followed by Priceless Gem and Diesel Engine. We'll take a look at that head-on shortly. Further back, Nottingham Forest. But Klondike River has now recorded its third win from 31 outings and continues to go. Took the lead shortly after the start and continues to rally. He's no stick at this stage. And now Keegan Amello asked Klondike River to quicken it up. Fantasy Art looked as though it got to within a half length. J-Boy was staying on, but Klondike River then finds that extra and ends up winning it by a length. That's the running of the 7th race. Number 10 was the tote favourite at 3 rand. Until the 8th and last, back to the studio.
Well, it's just turned out to be a fantastic trip for trainer Brian Weed to KZN over the 2 days that he's raced here on Sunday and Tuesday. We saw Keegan DeMello ride 2 winners for him on Sunday. He's ridden one now, and so it's 3 winners for Keegan in the space of 2 meetings, 2 for Andrew Fortune, and you can make that number 5 for Brian Weed. What a trip it's turned out to be for Brian, and you've helped him have 3 of those 5 winners thus far, so fantastic riding these horses for Mr. Weed, who's a gentleman of the turf.
Yeah, 100% is. He's brought a couple of horses down and he's really supported me, and I've got to say a big thank you to him and his team. They've turned the horses out really well, and I'm glad I can ride some winners because he's a lovely man to ride for.
Talking about horses and the way they're running, this horse was supremely fit the way you rode him, start to finish.
Yes, it wasn't my initial plan. I was told to give it a chance, but came out the gate so well and had a good hold of him and nothing wanted to go around me. So I just elected to dictate from there, and I slowly let him go a little bit more, and when I really asked him, he quickened up well.
It was deceiving on the eye because at one stage down the straight, I thought they're going to come and get you.
I promise you, if another horse came to join me, he would have gone on a little bit, because when they joined me at the pull-up, that's when he only wanted to go. So yeah, well done to Mr. Wien and his team again. The horses are fit, they're well, and I'm glad I can ride him some winners.
Well, you've teamed up successfully, so full marks to you as well. Well done, Keegan.
Thank you very much. A big thank you to all the owners. They've made it to the course today. Well done to them as well.
Fantastic. Now let's have a chat to Brian. And Brian, you mentioned on Sunday, and I must give you full compliments for that. You said, whilst I had 2 winners on Sunday, I thought Tuesday was my better string, and you were bang on the button with that, because today you had 3.
Yes, well, that's how it goes. These, you know, this game, it's like a roller coaster. Graham's here, I'm glad he's here, and Brian Burgess, it's nice. And let's hope we can keep it ticking over. Just a big thank you to my stable back home, my wife, who, believe me, the way she works, it's unbelievable. I can't find her on my phone, my battery's gone flat. But just want to thank them at home as well, and the guys down here that have done the work down here.
We know that it's an expensive exercise traveling horses around the country, but for it to turn out the way that it's done for you, it just must be fantastic for your team.
Yes, it is, and I must compliment them back home. And as I say, my guys that are here, everything worked out well. My Induna that came down with him, he's done a great job, and it's looking good. So,
the dogs are barking that the last one could arrive as well.
yeah, look, she's not out of it. She's got issues because she wears the canal collar and she has got a few issues. But, you know, it's not a very strong field, so she might just pull it off.
Well, so far, so good. Well played here.
Thanks, Dees.
Lovely, Brian. Let's get Brian in. Graham, you can also come and join us. Brian, really nice bumping to you again. And what day it's turned out to be for your yard.
I can't believe the feat that Brian's had. You know, what a training feat.
You know, when they have 2, you get worried when your runner's coming up.
Well, exactly. I thought, now I've lost that, and the winners are gone. You know.
Well, it's fantastic, Brian. And this horse now is rewarded you again.
Well, you know, it's a very difficult horse to ride. I've got to thank Kevin for that. I mean, he rode a wonderful race. But it's a very difficult horse to hold, you know. And the last time out, it ran away from the jockey, and, you know, he was done. And when he came around the bend here, 300, I thought he was done. And he found another gear and kicked on.
Well, I'm sure there'll be many doubles and trebles going into this horse.
Well, yeah, you can't believe it. I mean, I don't think the bookies can pass.
Come to Grant, you tell us more about the bookmakers. Are you also giving them a hiding today?
I'm afraid not. Not really a big punting stable. As you know, Brian doesn't really punt either. But just fantastic to be involved in this stable. We have so much fun. You know, it's one of life. I flew down from Cape Town this morning. Brian was very confident on a couple of them, so it's all turned out beautifully.
You know, Graham, I must pay compliments to you as well. Whilst you did not own any of the other horses, I did see you come down and congratulate Brian. So you guys are very much part of the team.
Yeah, I've been racing with Brian for more than 20 years, and it's been, as you know, in racing, ups and downs, but generally it's been a hell of a lot of fun. So wonderful, and thanks to Brian and the partners. Just to Dr. Wiffler, who was always part of this horse, who passed away a while ago, to the family. He was so passionate about this horse and about racing, so good luck to them.
The way it's turned out the last couple of days, Sunday and today for Brian, I'm sure you'll be on the phone telling him to travel more horses down to KZN.
Well, it's the way he's going here. It's a purple patch, so fantastic. Yeah, I'm sure he'll ride more often. You know, it's his time.
Well, Graham, it's my first interview with you here in KZN, and hopefully the first of many, many more to come.
Thank you, Dees. I appreciate that.
Well done to Graham and Brian. That's Graham, of course, Hodges and Brian Burgess, who are the 2 owners that have come down to watch their horse win number 10, Klondike River. And if you caught this quartet, you'll need the numbers 10, 7, 5, and 6. Coming up next will be the lucky last, closing off the pick 6 and the place accumulator. Could it be a 4-timer for Brian Weed? Well, he's got the favorite, number 2, Al Canina, with Andrew Fortune up from a poor draw. We'll just have to wait and see. But coming up next will be the lucky last, race number 8.